The hard facts, Aam Akanksha Swaroop. Now, Delhi's Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal was arrested late on Thursday on charges of corruption in relation to the now scrapped excise policy. The move came after Kejriwal skipped multiple summons, 9 to be precise, by the investigation agency. Earlier during the day today, the Aam Aadmi Party also decided to fight it out from the streets all the way to the court, protesting against the arrest of the Chief Minister. Security was also stepped up around the city with heavy personnel deployment and multi-layer barricading on roads leading to the BJP headquarters. In fact, Aam Aadmi Party ministers Atishi, Saurabh Bharadwaj along with party workers were also detained amid these demonstrations, and Section 144 was imposed at ITO and around the Aam Aadmi Party office. Meanwhile, the Delhi court has reserved its order on ED's plea seeking Kejriwal's remand. The order will be passed shortly. Interestingly, Kejriwal's arrest is a first for independent India when a serving chief minister has been arrested. It marks a defining moment for opposition parties from the India alliance and those outside like the Trinamool Congress to unite once again against the government at the centre. They are calling it death of democracy, accusing the centre of a heavy-handed crackdown on the activities of the opposition in the run-up to the election. In fact, the Congress party too has accused the Bharatiya Janata Party of controlling the income tax department because all its bank accounts had been frozen in connection with the ongoing tax dispute.
राष्ट्रीय पार्टी है, राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष
पूरी तानाशाही है। सिर्फ और सिर्फ लोकसभा चुनाव जीतने के लिए ये तानाशाही की जा रही है।
इनको भी जेल में जाना पड़ा। सुप्रीम कोर्ट से लेके अन्य कोर्ट ने उनको राहत नहीं दी। क्या अरविंद केजरीवाल कानून से ऊपर है?
ये कौन सी जादुई पुड़िया खाई है सत्तारूढ़ पार्टी ने कि हर अच्छाई वहाँ है, हर बुराई यहाँ है।
उन्हें किसी चीज के लिए गुनहगार पाया नहीं गया है। जेल में बंद रखना ये भी उनके साथ एक सोची समझी साजिश है।
All right, and we're getting in an exclusive news break as far as Kejriwal's custody that's being sought by the Enforcement Directorate is concerned. CNN News 18 has in fact accessed the remand application of the Enforcement Directorate against Arvind Kejriwal. It says that the Delhi CM conspired with other persons and was involved in the formation of the liquor policy for facilitating taking of kickbacks and has played a role in the generation, use and concealment of the proceeds of crime, and that is what makes it extremely crucial, because remember, it was in 2013 that amendment was brought in, not during the NDA but during the UPA government, which spoke about the proceeds of crime and the prima facie evidence of who receives that proceeds of crime makes it extremely significant. In fact, let's quickly go across to Ananya. Ananya, could you share the details of the remand application with us?
Well, definitely. There are various, points that come out of this remand application. The most important being that the Aam Aadmi Party was a big beneficiary, and in fact, I quoted from the remand note that the Aam Aadmi Party is a major beneficiary of the proceeds of crime generated within the Delhi liquor policy. In fact, the part of the proceeds of crime was to the tune of 45 crore. That has been utilized in the Goa elections. Not only that, but it is also stated that Arvind Kejriwal has been intrinsically involved in the entire conspiracy of the Delhi liquor scam, wherein the policy was drafted and implemented in a manner where certain persons can actually be favored and benefited in a quid pro quo or their recovery due to the actions of Shri Arvind Kejriwal involving in the policy formulation, hatching conspiracy of kickbacks with the South group members, and eventually using a part of that proceeds of crime generated out of the scheduled offence in the election campaign for Goa. assembly election, it is clear that all these activities were not only done with his knowledge, but also with his active collusion. So basically, Kejriwal, one of the major kingpins, big charge coming in, not only that, but it's also very, very clear, and it's from the submissions and from the remand note that this policy change was only and only to fund the Goa elections and nothing else. Apart from that, big details, the money trail also comes out, wherein statements of, in fact, the Aam Aadmi Party's treasurers are also involved, wherein they go on to, ND Gupta goes on to say that nothing in the party requires, approval. If Arvind Kejriwal wants to do it, he can, being the CM of the party, very well do anything without any kind of approval from any committee of this particular political party, even with the constitution of that particular party.
All right, many thanks to you, Ananya, for bringing in that big news break for us. And with that, let's now shift focus over to what have been the charges. In fact, as far as the Enforcement Directorate is concerned, let's try and decode the storm of charges in the court. The Enforcement Directorate has alleged that the Delhi Chief Minister is the kingpin, even sought kickbacks from liquor barons. What was the rebuttal by Kejriwal's legal team, where they said that the first time in India's history a sitting Chief Minister has been arrested and that it cannot be done without keeping the timing in mind. The ED has also gone on to say that Delhi's Chief Minister directly was involved in formation of the excise policy, to which Kejriwal's legal team has said that ED has not established the necessity for arrest. Remember, Abhishek Manu Singhvi has in fact clearly dichotomized that there's a difference between the necessity and the ability to arrest. The ED has also gone on to say that Vijay Nair acted as the middleman between Kejriwal and the South group, and that is the big evidence also that they have. Kejriwal's legal team has in fact come up by saying that majority of accused have not mentioned the dealings with Kejriwal. The ED has also gone on to quote YSRCP MP Magunta Reddy, saying that the Chief Minister wanted 100 crore for polls. Well, they are of course referring to the polls in Goa. Kejriwal's legal team has said that the weight of these statements can only be considered during trial and not when custody is being seeked. The ED also goes on to say that Vijay Nair received 100 crore worth of kickbacks, this on behalf of Delhi's Chief Minister. Kejriwal's legal team has come up with the rebuttal, saying that tracing the money trail is absolutely no ground for arrest. The ED has in fact accused them that their Hawala trail of 45 crore has been traced for Goa election funding. Kejriwal's legal team has come up by saying that no need for arrest over contours of alleged crime. The ED has also quoted MP MS Reddy, saying that he was asked to arrange 10 crore payment to K. Kavita, the BRS leader. Kejriwal's legal team, to which has said that there is no direct evidence against Delhi Chief Minister with regards to this. The Enforcement Directorate has also said that apart from personal role, Kejriwal's role via Aam Aadmi Party is important. Kejriwal's legal team has said that ED has misled the court over reasons for summons and that this arrest is illegal. The ED also says that during the search, Delhi's Chief Minister was not being cooperative. Now remember, this is that legal argument on which the entire arrest has also been hinging on. To which Kejriwal's legal team has come back saying that the larger issues of democracy involved in this case and that this is a crackdown on the opposition parties. And that brings us to the big burning question that we are posing to our panelists today with regards to the showdown surrounding Arvind Kejriwal's arrest. Is it an anti-corruption crackdown or pre-election conspiracy? And with that, let me introduce my guests today. I'm joined in by Pratyush Kant, who's the national spokesperson of the BJP, Satyendra Singh, who's the former deputy director of the ED, Piyush Joshi, who's a political analyst, and Anmol Panwar, who's a spokesperson for the Aam Aadmi Party. Many thanks to you, gentlemen, for joining in. In fact, I'd like to take my first question from you, Mr. Singh. There's a lot of allegation about how central agencies, primarily in this case the Enforcement Directorate, has been unleashed on the Aam Aadmi Party and the other opposition parties as well, and that it's been given more muscle and teeth during the NDA regime. But I want to know from you, is this just a development during the NDA regime? And how do you assess it? Is it not the government's way of cracking down on money laundering and black money?
आकांक्षा जी, देखिए ये गवर्नमेंट जो है, यदि यूपीए से आप कंपेयर करते हैं तो मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग जो है एक्ट जो है वो बड़ा इनिशियल स्टेज पे था इम्प्लीमेंटेशन के। उसके बाद चेंज हुआ, ऑफिस भी बड़ा हुआ, केसेस बढ़े। और देखिए पीएमएलए एक इंटरनेशनल लॉ है, एक इंटरनेशनल ऑब्लिगेशन है हमारे देश के ऊपर कि ऐसे करप्शन या जो है इन चीजों के खिलाफ बड़ी तेजी से कार्रवाई की जाए। अब ये सवाल है कि अपोजिशन पे ही ज्यादा क्यों हो रही है, तो देखिए जो केसेस सामने होंगे उन्हीं के खिलाफ कार्रवाई होगी। और ऐसा नहीं है, देखिए कुछ केसेज है बंगाल के हैं, कुछ और केस है, वो तो हाई कोर्ट्स ने ईडी को दिए हैं कि आप इन्वेस्टिगेट कीजिए, सुमोटो नहीं कर रही है ईडी। और जहां तक इस पर्टिकुलर केस की बात है,
इसीलिए
तो
सत्येंद्र
देखिए
सिंह आपसे मैं ये भी पूछना चाहूंगी, 2013 में एक अमेंडमेंट किया गया था, वो तो यूपीए रेजिम के दौरान ही किया गया था, जहां पे प्रोसीड्स ऑफ क्राइम की बात की गई है कि द पर्सन विद द पोजेशन ऑफ दैट प्रोसीड्स ऑफ क्राइम इज गोइंग टू बी प्राइमा फेसी also going to be held up, and then that's one particular point that I want you to also shed light on, how this amendment did not happen during the NDA regime.
नो, ये तो यूपीए के टाइम में हो चुका था अमेंडमेंट, एनडीए के टाइम में नहीं हुआ है जी। कुछ जो ऑफेंस ऑफ मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग की डेफिनेशन है सेक्शन 3 में, उसमें कुछ वर्ड्स इंसर्ट किए गए, कोई मेजर चेंज नहीं किया गया। और जितने भी अमेंडमेंट्स हुए हैं, देखिए सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने उन सबको अपील्ड किया है। कुछ चीजों को उन्होंने अपील्ड नहीं भी किया, जैसे प्रॉपर्टी के पोजेशन का इश्यू था, सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा नहीं, आप इमीडिएट पोजेशन लेने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है। तो ऐसा नहीं कि पूरे के पूरे एक्ट को ही उन्होंने या सारी पावर्स को अपील्ड किया, कुछ जगह डाइल्यूट भी हुई थी सुप्रीम कोर्ट के जजमेंट के पास। अब ज्यादा इश्यू कहाँ आता है कि सिर्फ बेल को लेके आता है कि बेल नहीं हो रही लोग, और वो भी सिर्फ पॉलिटिकल केसेस पे ध्यान है। आप देखिए पॉलिटिकल केसेस हैं कितने, 2% ऑफ द टोटल केसेस। बट बड़े बड़े कॉर्पोरेट बंद हैं, बड़े बड़े लोग बंद हैं, उनकी भी बेल नहीं होती, उनके बारे में कोई बात नहीं करता, क्योंकि शायद ये किसी का इंटरेस्ट नहीं है उसमें। सिर्फ पॉलिटिशियंस का जब सवाल आता है तो ये बड़ी बड़ी बातें की जाती है, एजेंसी पे आरोप लगाए जाते हैं।
All right, and that is the point that I will be taking forward with my guests today. Pratyush Kant, if I could bring you in on this aspect, when we talk about the major allegation coming in from the opposition when they are accusing your party of resorting to a pre-election conspiracy because it is the timing that is now being questioned. Let me refer to this urgent memorandum that has been submitted to the Election Commission of India by the opposition parties that got together, not just from the India Alliance but also outside parties like the Trinamool Congress. In fact, they've gone on to quote 10 cases where the ED and the income tax have in fact been unleashed on the opposition party, and this in fact these 10 cases span all the way from 5th of January till 21st of March itself, just 10 cases. They have also listed how central agencies, particularly the ED, have been going behind leaders from the NCP, the Trinamool Congress, the Congress Party, the Aam Aadmi Party, all of them over here. How do you react to this urgent memorandum? They've also accused your party of misusing the timing.
Well, if you make money in this country by illegal means, you are trying to steal the money of the taxpayer through commissions, you have to pay a price for that. All of us have seen the hordes of cash which we got from TMC guys in Kolkata or in Jharkhand. And in this particular case, in Arvind Kejriwal's case, where is the question of timing? It's an ongoing process. If an FIR is for the day you file an FIR, you have to bring the case to its conclusive end. How do you bring the case to its conclusive end?
But Pratyush Kant, the allegation is also that that you are paying for the opposition parties only.
See, you have to understand something. That's what I'm trying to explain to you here. Just have patience. There is a case which is registered many months ago. You investigate. You take time to reach to the end. And please tell me, 9 summons you don't go. Do you think BJP was timing it? Why didn't you go on the first summon, the first day? Please, I respect your channel, I respect you, but please.
No, in fact, I will bring Anmol Panwar on that.
9 summons you are not going.
Fair enough. That is also the question that legal experts have been posing to the Aam Aadmi Party.
You know you were corrupt.
Point taken. Anmol Panwar, how do you react to the allegation that Mr. Kejriwal, right from the beginning, was only dodging the summons? Why wait for the 9 summons?
See, Akansha, this illegal and unconstitutional arrest of the most popular and sitting Chief Minister of Delhi indicates that India is under an undeclared emergency. The summons which were issued to the Honorable Delhi CM were illegal and politically motivated. We have challenged those summons before the Delhi High Court day before yesterday. The ED vehemently opposed the summons and the maintainability of the petition, but the Honorable Delhi High Court rejected all their contentions and issued notice and asked them to reply within 2 weeks. The matter is sub judice, and it is for the court to decide after hearing both the parties whether those summons were legal or illegal, whether Mr. Kejriwal was supposed to appear before the ED on the basis of the so-called summons.
Satyen Singh, I'd want to in fact bring in over here, as far as PMLA is concerned, you're looking at very serious charges coming under the PMLA. And when you want to focus on PMLA and those particular summons that have been sent by the Enforcement Directorate, any ruling authority or any position of power in the government or outside the government, can it dodge those summons?
No. No one can. देखिए, लॉ एक है. अब आपको रेस्पेक्ट करनी चाहिए थी इन्वेस्टिगेशन. आप रेगुलर जो है मीडिया में कहते रहे कि सम्मन्स इलीगल है, लेकिन हाई कोर्ट में जो बेसिक प्ली इन लोगों ने ली है वो ये लिए कि हमें प्रोटेक्शन दिया जाए अगेंस्ट द कोर्सिव एक्शन. सम्मन की जो लीगलिटी है, सुप्रीम कोर्ट के भी कई जजमेंट है जिसमें सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा यदि आपको सेक्शन 50 में सभी सम्मन दिया जाता है तो उसको आप चैलेंज नहीं कर सकते. आपको जाना है, आपको ये नहीं बताया जाएगा कि आपको एज एक्यूज बुलाया जा रहा है, विटनेस बुलाया जा रहा है. इस पर बहुत सारे जजमेंट है, लीगल पोजीशन बहुत क्लियर है इसके ऊपर.
Sure. Anmol wants to come in on that. Right. Go.
The judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court, Pankaj Bansal versus Union of India, says that under Section 50, read with Section 19 of the PMLA Act, if a person is called as a witness, then mere non-cooperation cannot be a ground for arrest. The Counsel for the Enforcement Directorate admitted yesterday that neither Arvind Kejriwal is an accused, nor Aam Aadmi Party has been made an accused. Then it is for the BJP to answer. It is for the Enforcement Directorate, which is working at the behest of Bharatiya Janata Party.
Who is Vijay Nair? No. That is why the custody battle is being fought over right now. Sure, sir. Let Pratyush in fact.
Now when you are talking legality, let me tell you, there is a laid down law of the Supreme Court in Tamil Nadu case when they were trying to protect bureaucrats. Supreme Court has categorically said that if summons are issued, you have to go. The biggest question here is that why was Arvind Kejriwal running away from these summons? He was absolutely sure with every arrest that was taking place in this case, he knew that his days are numbered. That is why he was trying to buy time. Who can run away? You get a traffic challan and you run and you go to the court and you pay the fine. You get an MCD challan, you run to the municipal body and pay challan. And here you're getting a summons from ED and you're running away from it. Why? Because you always knew that you are the kingpin of the whole game. The law is going to catch up to you. And you are trying to quote judgments. Which judge?
Right.
Let us go to Delhi High Court 2 days ago. What happened? What happened in Delhi High Court? The Lordship refused to listen to the case. Why? None of them had ever pleaded in the court that these summons are illegal. They were asking for protection. Under which section of law you are asking for protection? You make money. Then every bureaucrat,
those are some valid points. We've also read, we've all gone through those charges by the ED over there. There is an MS Reddy, there is a Vijay Nair, and now a K. Kavita also that the ED wants her to be confronted with an Arvind Kejriwal. Why not let the custody happen? If Arvind Kejriwal is innocent, let him face K. Kavita. And the fact of the matter remains that there is a Satyen Jain, there is a Manish Sisodia behind bars. They've not got bail because there is incriminating evidence.
Akansha, it'll be very hard for Pratyush ji to answer to the viewers that why one of the so-called prime accused, they used to say Aurobindo Pharma, whose director is P. Sharad Reddy. He was alleged as the kingpin of this liquor scam. He purchased electoral bond on 10th of November 2000.
All right.
After 5 days, he donated those 5 crores to Bharatiya Janata Party, and thereafter, in 3 months, he was enlarged on bail. And the ground on which he was given bail, which ED didn't even oppose, was that he has a back pain. Same goes with Maguntha.
Pratyush, would you like to come back to that? Because, you know, we've been seeing a lot of whataboutery happening over
absolutely.
here. But I'll give you 30 seconds to come up with a rebuttal before I quickly go to Piyush.
In fact, may I?
No, let him finish. Let him finish.
The law.
Let Pratyush
No,
speak.
let me answer. Let us be sure about the fact that if Arvind Kejriwal has tried to demolish all the digital proof which is now being given to the court, let me take you back in a second. What happened when it went to the Supreme Court? When listen, I didn't interrupt you. Don't interrupt me. When it went to Supreme Court, the second senior most judge of the country, when he saw those documents which I and you have not seen, he said, I see a clear mark trade of 338 crores. Then from then on till his arrest, it had to happen, because every time a judge saw those documents which I and you have not seen, they could clearly see the evidence. That is why Arvind Kejriwal is in jail today. That is why Arvind Kejriwal got no relief from the High Court or from the Supreme Court. That is why he withdrew his case from the Supreme Court, because those documents are something which only the lordships are seeing there. No, neither I am seeing it nor you are seeing it.
You've made your point. Piyush, if I may come to you, we all know that Delhi is going to be heading into elections. As far as the 6th phase is concerned, we all know it's happening on May 25th. How will the developments that are currently unfolding for the Aam Aadmi Party be impacting their performance on 25th of May? A. B. There's also the allegation coming in from critics of Narendra Modi that it is the Bharatiya Janata Party's own threat perception regarding the welfare schemes of the Aam Aadmi Party, which has led to all that's happening today.
It is not only about Aam Aadmi Party. It is about the Jharkhand Mukti Morcha.
But today we are talking about Arvind Kejriwal, so let's stick to that.
I know. Yeah. So I am sticking to that. I'm just trying to cover the bigger picture here, because that is where the actions are justified as far as the BJP is concerned, because they have maxed out in 2019 in each and every state. They have performed remarkably when it comes to the 2019 Lok Sabha election. So where are they going to get those extra seats from, as the Honorable Prime Minister has been claiming? And that is why the states where the incumbent chief ministers are very, very popular, like the Jharkhand Mukti Morcha, Hemant Soren, like Arvind Kejriwal ji, who is going to affect 20-25 seats in total. So just put them behind bars. And in case of Aam Aadmi Party, you not only put the top leadership behind bars, you put the number 2, number 3, and number 4 as well behind bars. So if we look at it from that perspective, Sanjay Singh ji was not in Delhi government. Sanjay Singh ji was a Rajya Sabha MP. His PAs and his OSDs have been allegedly involved in the so-called liquor get scam. So through that, they have put Sanjay Singh ji again behind bars. So by demolishing, I am under no illusion. Just give me 10 more seconds and then I'll stop. I am under no illusion that it is going to be difficult for Aam Aadmi Party to contest. But I think there is going to be a sympathy wave as far as Delhi is concerned, because he is a popular chief minister. There is no doubt, and people will see this movement as this move of the BJP government as unjust.
Pratyush, would you like to come back to that? Because you're already seeing how the Aam Aadmi Party is at the moment trying to milk this. Will they be able to do this, and will this prove to be a turning point for the opposition's own unity? Because we've already seen how it's crumbling day by day.
I am appalled by what kind of debate and the points they are putting forward here. Now imagine you are talking about as if Bharatiya Janata Party controls judiciary. It's exactly what Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi were talking the other day, that you have to trust the constitutional bodies of the country. Judiciary, Election Commission, CAG, these are all independent bodies, they work on their own. We should stop challenging them. You are talking as if BJP throw somebody in jail and the guy never comes out of the bail. You will only come out of the bail if you are innocent. Otherwise, you will be put behind bars forever till the courts believe that you have completed your time of being behind the bars, whatever the time they allot to you. You have to understand, Indian judiciary, Indian democracy doesn't function like this. It doesn't function on somebody's whims and fancies. The courts are independent body, and it's high time such senior people sitting on your channel, they talk about court as if BJP controls the judiciary of the country. It doesn't happen like this, man.
Fair enough. That's a very fair point. That's a very fair point. Piyush Joshi answered that. When you, in fact, are including this, you're also including the legal bodies of the country, including the apex court as well. Are you saying
Certainly.
that? Are you questioning the integrity of the judiciary?
Certainly not. Nobody is questioning the integrity of judiciary, but the judiciary has to function in accordance with the law of the land.
Which they are?
And no, precisely, you know. So when we talk about the PML Act and its 2023 amendment, that is what I am interested in. That when you talk about the 2023 amendment, the judiciary has to work according to the jurisprudence. And the 2023 amendment does exactly that. It reverses the principle of jurisprudence. What does it do? You know, guilty until proven innocent. And my dear friend Pratyushi is saying that you will go.
No, Piyush, I beg to differ over there. Are you forgetting that there was a Gazette notification in 2023 itself from the Finance Ministry, which also talks about politically exposed persons? And for that, I'm actually going to ask Satyendra Singh to educate you. Satyendra ji, please go ahead and talk about that Gazette notification that had come, which categorically defines how the PEPs will come under the ambit of the ED.
No, that is what I am talking about. That is what I mean to say. That is the point.
Since you are referring to the amendment of 2023 as well.
Yeah, so that is precisely the point I am talking about. Okay, so that is where everything fits into the picture, because you change the principles of jurisprudence, you make laws which suit you, and then you use them in a manner that suits you. That is where the problem is. So judiciary, I don't blame the judiciary. Judiciary will adjudicate according to the law.
You know, this is really getting very vague. Satyendra Singh, I'd like to leave you with the closing thoughts over there, because put this into perspective for us. The kind of Gazette notification, the kind of amendments we've seen happen in the year 2023 itself, which also go on to bestow more power upon the ED, and which is, I think, also a justification of why the Election Commission also right now is in a very ambiguous region when it comes to its own legal powers.
नहीं, देखिए, ये जो नए अमेंडमेंट्स थे, इनमें कुछ भी नहीं, कुछ क्लैरिफिकेशन से ऐड किए गए। ईडी को कोई नई पावर नहीं मिली, जहां तक जुरिस्प्रूडेंस की बात है।
वही क्लैरिफिकेशंस की बात हो रही है कि जब आप पीईबीज की बात कर रहे हैं, तो साफ साफ उसमें आपके पॉलिटिकली पावरफुल लोग जो गवर्नमेंट में हैं, चाहे वो चीफ मिनिस्टर हो या कोई भी सिटिंग मिनिस्टर हो, वो भी इंक्लूड होते हैं कि नहीं?
जी हाँ, देखिए, लॉ सबके लिए। पीएमएलए में आप बहुत क्लियर है कि अरेस्ट या समनिंग या कुछ भी है, तो उसमें कहीं भी ये डिफाइन नहीं किया गया है कि ये पॉलिटिकली एक्सपोर्ट पर्सन है, पावरफुल है, इनके लिए अलग सेट ऑफ रूल्स हो। ऐसा सबके लिए सेट ऑफ रूल्स है, लेकिन फिर भी आप देखिए, इन प्रैक्टिकल अब जब हम देखते हैं एजेंसीज की वर्किंग, जितना समय केजरीवाल जी को दिया गया या कुछ और लोग हैं जिनको दिया गया, बार बार सम्मन दिए गए, जब भी इन्होंने एडजॉर्नमेंट मांगा इनकी बात मानी गई, कभी किसी भी इश्यू पे। दूसरे, यदि आप सही कहें तो इनको एक तरह से वीआईपी ट्रीटमेंट मिला है। दूसरा, कोई साधारण नागरिक होता है उसको इतना ट्रीटमेंट नहीं मिलता है, इतना टाइम नहीं दिया जाता है, ये एक सच्चाई है।
Satyendra Singh, I'd like to end with your thoughts. Is this a sorry state of affairs or stringent action against money laundering? That's I'd like to give you 15 seconds to end with that. क्या ये sorry state of affairs है या stringent action against money laundering?
It's stringent action against the offenders of money laundering. Actually, it's an international law. देखिए, शेड्यूल ऑफेंस की जो इंक्वायरी है वो सीबीआई या दूसरी एजेंसी करती है, ईडी कर रही है मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग के लिए, एंड ये एक इंटरनेशनल ऑब्लिगेशन है हमारे देश का दूसरे देशों के साथ मिलके। तो इसमें एकदम स्ट्रिंजेंट एक्शन हो रहा है, कोई गलत नहीं हो रहा है.
All right.
and every
All right.
step
I'm running short of time. Many
by
thanks to
the
you,
judiciary.
gentlemen. Mr. Satyendra Singh, thank you for concluding with those thoughts. And in fact, the days ahead are going to be a defining moment for the political climate in India as far as the NDA versus the opposition, including the India alliance, is concerned. And with that,